Welcome to Doomsday for the United States soccer. I mean, this is the worst possible case situation. This is minutes after the United States failed to qualify. Failed to qualify. It's hard to even say it, hear it, believe it. But the United States will not be in Russia for the 2018 World Cup. Before Alexi Lawless gives us his poem, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happened tonight and what this means for American soccer as we move forward. And more importantly, what it has destroyed that we've already done. So first things first, how did we get in this position? Well, all we had to do tonight was win. If we beat Trinidad and Tobago by 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals, it doesn't matter. We would have guaranteed our spot in the World Cup. If we drew, then we more than likely guarantee our spot in the playoff, because in the CONCACAF hex thing that we have to go through, there's the first 2 spots to get guaranteed advancement to the World Cup. Then the third spot is in a playoff. So right now, Honduras and Australia play in the playoffs. Panama won tonight, which catapulted them 1 point ahead of us and ahead of Honduras on goal differential. So Panama beating Costa Rica, who beat us, was totally unforeseen, just as unforeseen as us losing to Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, Trinidad and Tobago are not a good side. And with the United States, with everything on the line, to not even get a point is unbelievable and is very damning for Bruce Arena, everyone on that United States men's national team roster, and United States soccer as a whole. So you don't have to be a soccer genius to figure out that this isn't good for America, right? Missing the World Cup is really bad for any country, especially a country that is doing everything they can to boost American soccer domestically with the MLS and on a European presence with our national team. We're doing everything we can to boost them further and further. We want to be one of those top 8 teams, one of those World Cup contending teams. That's where we desperately want to be. Think about how much soccer presence America has already with all that ESPN does, ESPN FC, Men in Blazers, FIFA the game. There's so much soccer already in America. Even the MLS is getting better with international superstars like Kaká, David Villa, Sebastian Giovinco, all those guys playing in the MLS and doing really well and making the MLS do well. And for us to miss the biggest stage where all the eyes in the world are on. If you think the Super Bowl is big, watch the World Cup. See the numbers that the World Cup does. It dwarfs the Super Bowl. So now, for America to miss that in 2018 and then not have a chance until another 4 years after that. So we're talking about 5 years of exodus from the World Cup. It is, if you're familiar with college football, it is as close as you can get to a death penalty as possible. I was talking to some friends tonight at the end of the game, and they don't really follow soccer a lot. I am heavily invested in the MLS, heavily invested in American soccer. I support American soccer. I support the MLS. I have the MLS League Pass. I watch as many games as I can. I'm always promoting soccer. And for the initial reaction to be, oh, well, screw soccer anyways, that's the worst thing that could possibly happen. The worst thing that could possibly happen is people go, soccer's dumb anyway, who cares? Let's watch some more football. That's what we didn't need to happen. As far as we got soccer until yesterday, basically, is all gone. It's washed away completely. The legacies of Clint Dempsey, Michael Bradley, Josie Altidore, Tim Howard, as much as Tim Howard was a hero against Belgium in the World Cup, his legacy's gone. Bruce Arena, gone. As far as I'm concerned, the old guard that was on this team, the old guard that was on the national team, like I said, Clint Dempsey, Michael Bradley, especially Tim Howard, Michael, those guys, it's over. Their legacies, it's harsh to say, but will forever be attached to this. They will forever be attached to missing on the World Cup for the first time since 1986. Think about that. 1986. And think about how far we've come as a country with soccer. Christian Pulisic, superstar. He's an absolute 19-year-old phenom, wonder kid. Can't get any better. Out in Borussia Dortmund doing his thing, tearing it up, boosting America on an international level with eyes on this kid like, who the hell is this American in the Bundesliga tearing it up? You know, Real Madrid, people like that have interest in this kid. Tottenham are linked to him all the time. And then we go and puke all over our shoes. DeAndre Yedlin playing right back for the United States. He plays in the Premier League for Newcastle. Doing well, you know, making the United States proud. But collectively as a team, we bottled it. There's no other way to say it. We absolutely bottled it. And I mean, there's really nothing to do at this point. You have to just kind of take this on the chin, sit back, see what happens. But a change has to be made, obviously. Bruce Arena has to be gone. He'll be gone probably within the week. We have to bring in a coach, bring in a manager who I guess is ready to take a nation to the next step. I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know if it's Miguel Herrera. I don't know if it's, you know, someone from England. I don't know who it's going to be. I really don't. I don't have anyone. I have no one in my mind that would be available for the job. Maybe Louis Van Gaal. I don't know if he wants to coach internationally anymore. I know he's retired, but I mean, for America to miss it, because America, obviously ESPN and Men in Blazers and those guys, NBC Sports, are going to cover it nonstop. And for America to not even be in the conversation is what it does is it takes soccer and takes it out of the conversation. So now, you know, for 5 years, people are going to be like, yeah, soccer's whatever. We weren't in the World Cup. I'm not watching the World Cup. I'm not learning the game. I'm not worrying about, you know, broadening my soccer horizons. Screw it. Screw soccer. And it really is a shame. Because you know who I feel bad for? The MLS. I feel bad for the MLS because it's going to make them look worse. You know, we already fight with other nations to say, hey, look, we're not that bad. Toronto FC could hang in the BPL. But now, I mean, now it's just a joke. American soccer is a joke. American soccer nationally is a joke. Domestically is a joke. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt international imports coming into the MLS. It's going to hurt our players going overseas. I mean, it's going to be brutal. The only way that we can fix this is if Christian Pulisic wins the Ballon d'Or, or I mean, wins the Champions League trophy, or wins the Bundesliga, or goes to the BPL and wins trophies there. I mean, Christian Pulisic basically, how far he goes is how far American soccer will go in the next 4 or 5 years until we can qualify for the 2022 World Cup. I mean, it's a sad day. It really is for American soccer. If you're an American soccer fan, all I can tell you is keep fighting. All I can tell you is support the MLS, support your domestic leagues, find a team, support the guys here that are doing this week in, week out. You know, the national team let us down. The national team let me down, let you down, let everyone down that wears a USA patch, wears a U.S. men's national team patch, has a scarf, has a jersey, has invested time, money, effort. The American Outlaws, they've let us all down, 100%. And you know, the game tonight was brutal to watch. And you know, my voice is hurting from screaming at the TV. And I mean, I wish it was different, but it's not. So I guess we'll see you in 2022. But as of right now, American soccer is on the back burner.